So thank you guys so much for joining. We still got a few more coming in the door. But these are some of the things we're going to go over tonight. We're going to go over how to create an admin account on your app. Just mute you there. Perfect. All right, let's get started. So I want to work with someone. If you guys want to put the name of your app in the chat. For someone who hasn't gotten administrative rights, I do see Sal here. If you don't have administrative rights over your app, go ahead and put the name of your app in the chat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use your app as the one that we're going to demo tonight. There goes the Masters Lounge. So go ahead and launch your app on the phone. And what I want you guys to do, we can go ahead and allow notifications. So we're looking at Masters Lounge, but this would be your app. Let's go ahead and go into, we are looking for something. It's either going to be My Admin or it's going to be called App Manager. That's what we're looking for. Now, when I go to click on this, you will notice that you get a restricted area. Okay. So this is saying I'm restricted from being an admin. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to you're going to go to My Account. So on your app, on your phone, go to My Account. And we're going to go ahead and create an account. And I'm going to do this, Masters Lounge. Please do this on your end. I'm going to create a test account. My name's going to be Test. My last name's going to be Tester. Okay. So this is what I need you guys to do. And I'm going to name myself Tester at admin@tester.com. So you guys go ahead and use your actual email and create your account. I'm going to go ahead and accept the privacy. Boom, boom. I'm now registered. Okay. So now I have an account on my app. If I go to my account, you'll see that my name is Tester. So I am logged in. Now, when I come in here and I go back to my admin, okay, earlier I didn't have an account, so it kicked me out. Now I do have an account, but it still kicked me out. And the reason why it still kicked me out because I'm not an administrator of the app. So first you're going to create an account, and then we're going to tell that account to be an administrator, and then I'll show you what we should see. So I'm now, as you can see, I created an account, and when I went to go into the admin section, I'm not even though I have an account, that account is not admin. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click on Manage. I'm going to go into the back office. This is your app's back office, right? We're going to go to eFexxApps.com. We're going to log in. And now I'm in the back office. What we're always going to do is we're going to click on that Manage button. Then we're going to click on Features. Now from here, what I'm looking at, I'm looking for the My Admin in the website, okay? So like I said, I'm going to be going back and forth from website to phone. So this is what it looks like on your phone. This is what it looks like on the website. So now I'm going to go to the App Manager. In the App Manager section from the website, I can see that Masters Lounge has a lot. These are all the people that have signed up for an account on his app. And we can make anyone an administrator. Now, so this guy, I'm going to show you how we give administrative rights. So if you ever have to do this on your own, but we will do it here for you. Perfect. Okay, a few people sent that in. So I got admin@test.com. What I'm doing is, in the back office, I'm looking for the app manager, and then I'm going to type in the search here, my email. Admin@test.com, and you can see at test.com. As you can see here, it says, is owner, and the answer to that question is no. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. When I click yes, now, this is, again, I did that on the back office. Now from my phone, I can go in here, click on My Admin. I now have access. I'm not getting kicked out. Okay. So that's what we want. That's the goal. You should be going into your app, going to your app manager, and seeing some the things that you have administrative rights to. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have administrative rights, I'm going to click on Push, and I'm going to be introduced to this here. Now, in this section, I'm going to go ahead and put a title. This is to be able to send a push notification. So in this one, I'm going to say, let's say book appointment. Okay. And then in the messenger, I'm going to say to avoid this appointment. Okay. And that should correct my spelling. Perfect. So we do want to have this. Now, again, you can do emojis in here, so that's cool. Message here. The next option here is going to be to avoid, it says open a feature or a custom URL. Okay, in this section here, we don't have to use it, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it just to show you how it works. So when I click on it, it says feature or URL. All these features are buttons inside of the app. So let's say I want to send people to the loyalty card. So I'm going to make a message that says something about the loyalty card. When they swipe on that notification, they will go straight to the loyalty card section. Now, right now, if we can also do a custom URL. Let me go through that too. So these are all pages in the app that exist, and we can also do a custom URL. If we do a custom URL, you can literally do, if you have like a Shopify store and you have a link to an item, you can put that URL right in there and it'll send them to that custom URL. Okay? So I just wanted to show you that you can use this, but normally we don't use this button because it's not necessary. It's not mandatory. Then you can also upload an image. I would advise against this as well, but you could do it. If you have an image, if you want to look through, you can import from your library. This is a mock-up, so if there's an image there, it will upload it. And that's if let's say you want to send out a notification that says, hey, on Easter, come on in early, and you have a graphic that maybe you're posting on social media, you could add it to the notification. Now, they won't see the notification on their lock screen. They will only see the notification when they launch the app and they go into the app is when they'll see that. That's why I normally say it's not necessary to add an image, but I did want to show you how to do it. Okay, let me go back. Let me restart this over. But normally what we're going to do is we're going to hit book appointment. Now, if your app is published on iOS and Android, we can do an iOS and Android. So this notification is going to go out whoever has your app on iOS and Android. Then I can do target users. So this is really important. As I can see that Masters Barber Lounge does have people who have downloaded his app. And not only have they downloaded his app, they created an account on his app for whatever reason, right? Maybe to get a loyalty card. I can see all the users right here in his back office. When he clicks on here, send to a specific user, every user that's in his back office is here. He would just have to search them. So if you want to send a individual push notification to someone, you can do that here. So let's say Courtney here. You don't see Courtney here, right? But I can type it in because I know her email. I'm going to go ahead and search, and it'll give me the first name, last name, and email. So this is to send someone a specific notification. So in this scenario, let's say you have someone who has booked an appointment with you through Booksy or through Square or whatever the case may be, and you see their email inside of Booksy. You know what their email is. You know what their name is. If they also created an account with your app, you can send them an individual notification, okay? But for right now, we're going to send to all my users. So in this test, we're doing book appointment to avoid disappointment, target devices, iOS and Android, send to all my users, and then you can send it on a specific date. This is very powerful as well. So I'm going to click on specific date, and I'm going to click the date. This will let me send it in a future date. So let's say 4th of July is coming up. So we're going to go to June. July 4th is on Tuesday. Let's say you want to let your customers know the week before July 4th is right here. You want to let them know on the 19th at 8 in the morning, at 8:10 in the morning, the week before July 4th, hey, we're not going to be open this weekend for July 4th. I'm going on vacation. And then you can schedule it to go out. It will schedule out on its own, okay? So that's great. And then what we're going to do is right now we're just going to send it now, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and click save. So that is how you will send a push notification. You do need the administrative rights to it. But once you have administrative rights over your app, you'll be able to go to your admin section and be able to do it there. So the next thing is we do have an option here for images. So we can load into our gallery of the iPhone, okay? Like I was saying, the image is here. To add an image here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the admin section, to the app manager here, and we're going to click on gallery. We click on gallery here. The first thing we got to do is hit select gallery. Now, he only has one gallery, but you can create a new one. So let's say you want to do a gallery of all kids cuts that you have in your phone. Let's say you want to do a gallery of all beards that you do beard shape of. Let's say you want to do a gallery of different people getting facials, whatever the case may be. You can come in here and create a new gallery or choose an existing one. Now, this just grabbed the name 16 images. So let's go ahead and add to that. You do have to make sure that you select the gallery. Whenever you see that asterisk, make sure that you do what it's telling you to do. And then I'm going to say upload an image. It's going to let me look through my phone. I'm going to import from library. And of course, this is a stock phone, so it only has stock images. And there you go. Now, I don't have to put a title or description. What I can do is just click on save. Masters Barber Lounge, I'm going to add this image to your app right now, but we can delete it in a moment here. So that image now, when I go to gallery, will be added and it'll come up to the upper left-hand corner. It'll populate in a moment. But in order to update these images here inside of your app, I can do something like throw the app away and relaunch it. That's, by the way, guys, when I say throw the app away and relaunch it, that's what I mean is double tap the home button, swipe up on it. And what that does is whenever you relaunch the app, it calls out to the server again and grabs the latest info. So if I go in here, you'll see there goes the image that I uploaded. Okay, the image of the waterfall. So that's the way you can add images to your app. All right. Now, fortunately, we do have to go to the back office to be able to delete that image. And here's how you would do it. And I'm always going to try to start from the beginning. Every time you log into eFexxApps.com, we are going to click on manage. And then we're going to click on features. And then your pages. So these are the pages that are in the app. Okay, your pages. Perfect. So now from here, I'm going to click on gallery. This is where all the images live. And then I'm going to go to manage content. So in order to delete the images, you do got to delete them from the back office. And this is how you would do it. So you'll click on manage, drop down, and this opens up. We're going to click on 17 images here. These are all the images that are in it. So you can upload images to your app from your computer, or you can do it from your phone. When you go to delete it, unfortunately, you do have to go to the back office to delete it. So here goes that image. I'm going to go ahead and delete that image. Boom, that image is now gone. Go down to the bottom here and save it. And once I save that, that's now updated here. You'll see it in the browser here, but it's still in the app because we need to launch it, swipe up on it, and then launch the app, and you'll see that that image is now gone. Well, it should be gone now. There you go. Perfect. Whoop. There you go. All right, perfect. But that's how you get rid of those images. Okay, the last thing on the agenda, and then I'm going to take questions, is, okay, so let's talk about creating a QR code. Okay, guys? If you guys do, you guys can go to eFexxApps.com, and I'll take you right from the beginning. As soon as you log in, there's the screen that you're going to see. We're going to go ahead and click on Manage. If you guys, again, I'm going to have this video available for you guys on YouTube so you can rewatch it. We're going to click on Manage, and then we're going to click right here where it says Promote. Okay, right here on the side, it says Promote. Now, we are doing it. We're responsible for getting these links in here, but these are the links to Apple's App Store and the Google Play Store. This QR code right here is a QR code that's generated by our system, okay? When you scan this QR code, if you guys are looking at this on the computer, let me go back, Promote here. On a computer, if you scan this QR code, what it's going to do, it's going to have a universal link inside of it, okay? And what that means is that if someone has an iPhone, it's going to go to the iOS version of the app. If someone has an Android, they're going to go to the Android version, to the Play Store, because they are two separate URLs, okay? So these funky URLs are both hidden within this QR code. So each of you can log into your back office, and you'll go to manage and then promote here, and you'll download this QR code. You should have the URLs here, okay, to be able to do that. And then you download this QR code. You simply click on it. It downloads to your computer. You now have a QR code that you can open up. And if people scan this QR code, it'll automatically go to Apple's App Store to download it or the Google Play Store to download it. All right. Perfect. So let's go back here in eFexxApps.com. Same thing here. Your analytics are going to be on this front page right here. These are all your analytics in this area. Now, what I will do is this is always defaulted. This is something I want to point out to you. It's always defaulted to the last 7 days. So you come in here and it looks like Masters Barber's Lounge only has 6 downloads of his app. But that means he only has 6 downloads of his app in the last 7 days. But what I will do is come in here and I can go back to January 2023. His app just launched within the month. So if you go back to a date that doesn't exist, it'll show you like, right, it never existed throughout those months. Now we can see, so this guy has had an app since. We can see when the first download happened. It was 4/23. That's not when it was launched. 4/30. So in the last week or two, that's when it, anything prior to that was testing. But this is when it launched on 4/30 till today. So he's not only got almost 60 downloads of his app, he has 382 visits to his app. What that means, and the difference between that, that's 58 people that have the app in their phone. You can also see iOS and Android, 44 on iOS and 14 on Android. So all these analytics will be in the back office. And then this number here, almost 400 launches of his app. That's how many times the app is launched. That means, and I'll show you what it means here. So in this simulator here, having the app on your phone counts as an install. Every time a person clicks on the app and it launches in, and it has to be a refresh. There goes that picture left. It has to be this. And that happens if they don't look at your app on their phone for about 3 hours. It will do a if they look at it, for instance, if I leave the app here and I'm on this page and I hit the home button and I go back, you'll see it's still on that page. So that doesn't count as a visit. What counts as a visit is when it, if they don't look at it for several hours, then they launch it, it's going to reach out to the server and it's going to register another visit to your app. The next thing I want to go over, thank you, Sal. Thank you for your help. I'm going to just, yep, that's perfect. So the next thing I want to go over here, guys, is the loyalty card. For those of you who don't want a loyalty card, you don't have to pay attention too much at this point, but I do want to show you and help you understand how to utilize the loyalty card, okay? When they click on stamp, this is an example of what your customer's phone looks like. When they click on stamp, it's going to request a 4-digit PIN, okay? Now, that PIN right now, let's say it's 0000. If they put in the wrong PIN, they're going to get an error message. Error, wrong PIN code, okay? Now, in order to create a PIN for your loyalty card, what we can do is click on manage. Let's go to the next section. Now, the next spot is the loyalty card. Now, I want you guys to understand, you can create a loyalty card however you want, okay? You can make it, for right now, Masters Barber Lounge, they got $20 off your service, okay? Now, for him, let me go ahead and log back into his there. Let me go back. Let me get back to square one here. Perfect. Edit. I'm going to come back in here. Okay, now I'm logged back in under Masters Barber Lounge. Let's look at these side by side. All right. Perfect. Now, in the loyalty card section, we're going to come in to the back office, right? We're going to click on manage. We're always going to do that. Click on manage and features. That's going to let us in here. Now, in this section, what I'm looking for is the loyalty card. Now, sometimes you may have so many buttons up here that, like Jesus, I know you have a lot of barbers. So if it's in there, What you can do is search for things that are on your app and search them by the name of the button, right? This one is called loyalty card. I'm going to go ahead and search loyalty. So we can always do that as well. So search loyalty. There goes the loyalty card. Perfect. So here goes my loyalty card. Now, in this section, we can create a loyalty card, rewards. We can create pin codes, and we're going to go over all of that here. Look at how many people already have an account on the Masters Barbers Lounge. This is fantastic. Masters Barber Lounge is doing great. He's got people already have 60 points. So Masters Barber Lounge, this is how you can see how many points people have. If you want to see their back end, they will be able to see their points on their front end, okay? So, again, I'm going to click on Masters Barber Lounge. The first thing I'm going to do here, I can hit this plus button, and I'm going to create a loyalty card, okay? Now, I'm going to name it. I'm going to say loyal, that this is just for internal use, and then the number of points. So, the example that Masters Barber Lounge using, he's doing 750 points before you get 20% off, okay? Or $20 off your service. That's what he's doing. Now, when he does that, this is where you would type in 750 points, okay? Now, in another example, Tyreek Jackson, he does his shop, 15 points, right? When you get 5 points, you get a reward, and then when you get all the way to 15 points, you get $15 off. So you get $5 off at 5 points, $15 off at 15 points. So what I want to do is take the max number that it's going to be, and I'm going to type that in here. So if it's going to be 15 points, I'm going to put that in here. Now, in this case, I'm not going to create a loyalty card because he already has I don't want to disturb what he has. But whatever your overall number of points is going to be, that's what you're going to create your card as. Another thing is, and I can change this because it can change right back. When you're in the loyalty section, down here it says design. Now, because Masters Barbers Lounge is using 750 points, that's a really large number, we don't want to do a stamp where it looks like a little circle of a stamp. We're using this volume up bar. This is something like Starbucks would use with large numbers, okay? So this volume up bar is good for when you have a lot of points. If you only have 15 points, and I'll show you here what that looks like. If I click on the stamp, as you can see, now he just has a page full of all these little buttons. But you don't want that if you have a large number of points. If you have anything less than 20, you can do that. But here he has 750. I'm going to make sure that it stays on the volume up bar, and you can change that back here. Again, you can really customize your loyalty card. Now my amount of points is set. Now I'm going to set the reward that it will be, okay? So I can add one because I can go ahead and remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new reward here. And I'm going to say, let's say he said 750 points. Let's say at 350 points, they get, we're going to say 350 points, they get $10 off. So at the 750 mark, they're going to get 20. That already exists. But at the 350 point mark, they will get $10 off, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and say 10. All right? $10 off. I can write out what it's going to be. Now, you can also do in the description down here, that's when they click on this and it drops down, they see more details. We can say $10 off, but you can also put a disclaimer here and say only for individuals who book through the app. And you can put whatever message you want here, okay? So if you want to make something specific or put some disclaimers on it, you can do that in your description of it. So you get $10 off only if you book an appointment through the app. That's the only way you get a point. Okay, good. So then you're going to have a number of points to redeem. So he has 750 for the $20. Here I'm going to make it midway. So let's say 350 or a little less than midway through. That's how many points you need for this $10 to activate. Another really cool feature we have here is expiry date. Expiry in days. This is awesome. This means if they do get the 350 points, they can redeem $10 off with you. But that coupon doesn't last forever, okay? It only lasts a certain amount of time. And you can make that last, let's say, 14 days. Or you can say 30 days, right? So they now have 30 days to redeem that coupon. So I'm not going to add that there. The next thing is validation. So validation is important because when now that you have your point system set up and you know all that, now this is this is an example of your customer's phone. They're going to click on stamp. Now you're going to type in a 4-digit PIN. But what is that 4-digit PIN? Now I'm going to add a 4-digit PIN here temporarily to be able to do that. So let's go ahead here. And I'm going to create a new PIN. And I'm going to say test. And I'm going to, so let me show you how I did that. Right here where it says employees. So I went to features, loyalty card. And then now that I'm in the loyalty card, I have loyalty cards, rewards, and validation. In the validation section, I'm going to go to employees and I'm going to hit the plus button here. In the plus button, I'm going to create a new employee. So you can create pins for all your employees. Okay. So I'm going to say test. And then I'm going to put in here 1111. Boom. So I just created a new pin for the loyalty card. Now, also in this section, you can download a QR code. Now, this QR code is different. This QR code is to scan the loyalty card. Okay. So if I click on this, it'll download. I have 2 loyalty cards here. 2 QR codes. This QR code, if the customer scans it, it's going to bounce right into the App Store to download the app. This QR code, when the customer downloads the app and they go to the loyalty card section, they can click on stamp and then they can get their points and then they will hit scan QR code and scan the QR code just like that. That's how it's done. Okay. And in order to get this QR code, it is in your back office. Okay. Now, in this case, I just created, let me go ahead and reset real quick. So I just created a PIN code of 111. So if I type that in, it's not going to work because it's fresh. So let me go ahead and reset the app. So I can kind of do a reset here. I'm going to launch the app there. So it's kind of, you see that loading process? It's grabbing all the latest information. So now I just created a test one. So now the customer comes in, they get a haircut with you. You say, hey man, we're doing free haircuts, or we're doing $20 off. Say, oh, how do I do that? What I want you to do is I want you to go to the App Store, go in the App Store, and I want you to search for my app, and I want you to download it on your phone. Okay? Oh, fantastic. You got your app on your phone. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. That's my app. Go ahead and launch the app. When they come to inside your app, they're going to see this, right? Book appointment. Fantastic. Go over to the loyalty card button real quick. They go to loyalty card. Okay, cool. Go ahead and create an account. They now have to create an account. Now, when they create that account with you, as you can see in the back office here, in the validation section, these are all the people that created an account with Masters Barbers Lounge. He's doing exactly what we're talking about. So he's a great example here. So now that person, excuse me, they have an account with you. Perfect. And they say, oh, well, I spent $35 with you. How, can I get my points? Or, let's see, people have, the average price here is $60. Oh, you just spent $60 on your haircut? Fantastic. Let me go ahead and give you 60 points. So what he's going to do is you're going to take the customer's phone from them. Like, give me your phone. Grab their phone, right? And after you grab their phone, you're going to click on stamp. And because I have an account, it wants a PIN. So I'm going to come over here and go here. And again, I'm just going to put an odd number. I'll just put 17. You'll know in the back office that the test guy got 17. And I'm going to put that PIN that I just created. And I'm going to hit 1111. Perfect. There goes. Now the loyalty card point successfully validated. And now that customer has 17 points. Okay? On their now you can do this again. For each service they get 1 point. After 10 services and after 10 points, they get X reward. In this case, for each dollar they spend, they get a point. And this is how they're giving them more than 1 point at a time. They're coming in here and they're scrolling to the amount of points, however much money he spent, and punching in that code or scanning the QR code in that moment. And now he's able to, once those people get to that, he's able to come in the back office and say, look at this guy. My man is at 180 points, right? And if he wanted, let's go back to the push notification. Let's say Joey Lopez hasn't showed up in a couple days, in a couple weeks. He can go in here and grab that email and go and send Joey a push notification. He's going to go to my admin. He's going to hit target user, specific user. Let me type in, looks like it's Joey. Now I can say, I can send a specific push notification to Joey Lopez saying 180 points. Hey, you're close to getting a free haircut or $20 off. You have 180 points on your loyalty card, right? So I can send him a individual push notification. I just need to know who I'm sending it to. But if I know who I'm sending it to, I can do things like that from the back office. I mean, from your phone, right? You do need to know who has the who it is that you're sending it to. But if you know who you're messaging, you can target them specifically. So that was the last part that I wanted to go over with the actual with the webinar here. We wanted to go over analytics, the promote for the QR code, and how the loyalty card works, how to set it up. And again, you guys can refer back to this video. I am going to have a YouTube link because this is streaming live on YouTube right now. We've gone for a little less than an hour. Does anybody have any questions? I know I went over a lot of stuff, guys, but this is the time to get your questions answered. So go ahead and put it up in the chat. You can unmute yourself, ask your question, and I will get you your admin. Any questions? Any questions? To customize the app, okay, perfect, Edgar. So to customize the app, there's a lot that goes into that. So it's you want to be a little more specific, okay? So in the design section, I would stay away from the template. If you choose a template here, it will change all the colors and everything in your app if you choose one of these templates, okay? Stay away from the template section. You can change the layout of the app. Now, layout 1 is the most common layout. So every time we create a mock-up, I want you guys to understand that every time we create a mock-up for you guys, we always go with layout 1. And the reason why is because layout 1 has 5 buttons on the bottom and it has the content in the feed here, okay? Very similar to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, you name it, apps have 5 buttons on the bottom. And when you launch the app, your first button is that feed, the most important part, okay? So if you wanted, you could go with a different layout. You could go with buttons here. This layout 9 is kind of like the old way. No question. Just wanted to say my app has been real dope since I got it. Perfect. Thanks. Thanks for your support there. So there are different things that you can do, different options. I think I have a few people have this one here, this option here, and just connect the homepage. People can see their user account. But again, we do like to do this because it's very familiar. We like to add the first page as the book appointment. So that's the first thing in design. This is where you can change your kind of your background. You can add a background here. It does have the pixel by pixel. If you're going to create a graphic, how to create the pixels is right there, the exact sizing that you'll need, okay? So that's that. Another thing next is colors. Okay, this is if you guys are going to edit colors, a good rule of thumb is going to say, okay, this says homepage background. There's a lot of sections, okay? So it does get a little confusing. Here's a good way. Once I get set more, how do I sync the app? Perfect. I'm gonna show you that, Gina. So in here, this says homepage background. I'm not sure what that is. Here's a good rule of thumb. I can click on this. Here's a code for the color, which again, if you know the exact color, if you have a color theme, we can take a look at that. Now, so here it is. I can grab this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take it to red. Oh, there it goes. Something changed immediately. And that gives me the idea of what that color is. All right. So I go, oh, that's not the thing I wanted to change. I'll take it back to the black option. Okay. And that's how you can make color changes. Okay. If you come here to the contact us page, this black here, it is one of these cards. But again, if I'm not sure what it is, I can click on this and I'll just go to red. Oh, there it goes. So that's red. I can change that to red, but I'm going to go back to this black. Now, what we do, guys, just so you know, our rule of thumb is we are trying to match the dark mode look of Instagram because it is very familiar. So if your app looks basic, I encourage it to look as basic as possible because you want them to be able to launch your app and hit book appointment. Now, there are other features, but you do want to be able to do that. So that's the design and the colors. What's the login for your website? Hakeem, we will send you the login. Please, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you the phone number. What's the phone number? Our phone number. I'm going to send it to everyone there, guys. You probably already received a text from us from that phone number. This is our phone number. Text us to that number, request your login, and right after this webinar, we will work on sending you the login to the back office, okay? We will make sure that you have the login information, okay? Gina asked a good question. So, Gina, we have different options to be able to do online booking. Normally what we'll do is the name of these pages, these other features that we have a custom page. We have another one called links, okay? And normally we're putting your book appointment button in one or the other, okay? You'll know what page you are in because even though we can rename the page, it will be an actual feature on the app. So I'm going to go ahead. The back office URL, guys, the good question is eFexxApps.com. So we do have eFexx.com. That's our marketing website where you can get information. eFexxApps.com is the platform. Okay, good question. And that's what you're looking at right now on your screen. So in here, I'm going to click on this, and I want to know what kind of feature this is. I can see it. Even though I named it the Master's Lounge because I changed the name of the page to Master's Lounge, that name is going to come up here to the top of the app. Now, I do have, here is the link. Here's the section where your link goes. Okay. So this link, she asked earlier if she had a set more. If I had a set more link, I would copy that link and I would put it right in this section. That's where your set more link would go. And then I would click save. And then by clicking save, it would update the app. And then you could easily go to your app, hit that button, and see if it goes to your set more page. Like this one's going to Booksy, right? It's launching Booksy right within the app. Okay, so that's how you would update your set more. I can show you specifically on your own app, Gina. Let's see what kind of page you have. Some of them are different. So I do want to show you this, Gina. This is, we are at like 9:05 right now. So that means we've been going for about, in the live stream, Gina, if you want to write it down, go to 1 hour and 5 minutes of the live stream. And I will show you how to set up your specific set more. And this is good info for all of you guys. So I'm in Gina's back office. You go to eFexxApps.com. You'll log in. You'll click on Manage. We'll click on Features. And Gina, you are not using the custom page. We set you up with the links option. Okay. So if you do have the links option, you're going to go to your pages. These are all the pages that are in your app. You're going to click on the first one. And it says Gina straight here. That's the name of this page, but it is a links option, not a custom page, right? So if I scroll down here, you will see down here where it says manage links. This is the existing link that is here. So I have here, well, looks like we have you an option. Gina, if you want to send me your set more link, okay, if you want to send me your booking link, because we kind of put this in here as a template, which it has our Acuity link in here, okay? That's what you would do. So you would put that link in there. Gina, perfect. So Gina just sent me her link. So let me come in here. Why are you stalling? Okay, that's fine. So let me come in here. I'm going to go to features. I'm going to go to her option here. Gina, this is your link section. And then you already have, this is to add a new one. If you want to add a new link, and it'll add a button right below this. But you already have your link, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit. And perfect. Gina just sent me her link. Let me go ahead and click on her link. Perfect. So this is Gina's set more. That's okay, Gina. You can, let me go there. I know you're still working on your Setmore, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. So now there you go. We just put Gina.setmore.com. So her link, her Setmore link, is now in her app as a functioning button. I just hit save. And I'm going to click on see changes. And by clicking on see changes, I know that book appointment button has registered. And when I click on it, now it opens it up. Now Gina still has to go in there and add her services to Setmore. And I may do another webinar, guys, on Setmore. And I will announce that because Setmore is the option that we give you guys. Just unmute yourself so I can ask you. There
I'm
you
here.
go. No problem. So you said, how can you, what's the name of your app?
Mr. Black Gloves.
Mr. Black Gloves. No problem. So this is going to be interesting, guys. I will walk you through this, Joshua. I'll make those changes for you.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you how to do it. And again, you can refer back to this video on YouTube. It's a little bit complicated because it is editing some code, okay? But that's okay. We're going to go to eFexxApps.com. We're going to click on Manage. And so I want to show you guys so you guys can see it so that you know that it's possible, but we could update them for you, okay? So what I did with Gina had a button there that said go to Setmore. What we did with Joshua was we did this animation and this coding that's involved, okay? Let me go to the source code right here. So again, the name of the options, right? Here goes the links option, the custom page. We do a source code, okay? Now this code right here, if I were to highlight this entire code, and this is what you could do, Joshua, you would go to your source code here, and then you grab this little arrow right here, open that up, and that will open up your code. Now we're going to read code. I know this is, again, this part we do take care of it, but what we're looking at is these different lines of code in here that represent what's going on here. What I'm looking for is a JPEG. Okay, I'll address that question next. So here we go. Right here. So I do see it here. It's line 113. And what you're looking for, it's an option here that ends in .jpeg. It normally starts with HTTPS and ends in .jpeg, okay? So if I take this URL here inside of the code, I'm going to go ahead and hit copy, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in a new tab here. Oh, we need to get rid of that. I got too much of the code. Just the code, HTTPS to the .jpeg. There it goes. And when I have that, I'm going to copy and paste it here. Boom. And it's going to show me the URL of the photo. So if I were to change that URL to a different image, it would change in the code, okay? Now you're asking, well, I have the image, but how do I create a URL for that image? We have in our back office something called a media uploader. You click on modules here, and you open, I'm going to open this in a new tab. It's the media uploader, okay? Now, the media uploader allows you, so these are the images that are currently uploaded to your back office. So you can click here, upload an image. So let's say I upload this QR code. When I upload it, it now creates a URL that represents the image that I downloaded, that I uploaded. And I'm going to go ahead and hit copy link. And I'm going to replace that link with, I'm going to replace this existing link with that. Now, again, we take care of this, guys. If you guys want to make changes to it, there you go. It changed that link. So now the link is this. So if I were to refresh it, if I were to save this, it would have changed that image to the QR code. That's how it actually works. And again, we do that for you. What you can do, Joshua, if you have one, let's say you have the, let's say you want to change this image here. What we suggest you do is screenshot it and then take the screenshot and kind of circle it, right? If you guys want to, I want you guys to know this. If you screenshot an image and then you go in and edit it and you hit that little pencil there and then you just kind of circle it or something, let's do it in red or something. Just an easy way to really, when we're doing technical support, we really do need your help so we can really get right to the issue. And you can say, hey, can you change this image here? And literally just text me that image. And say, can you change that? And right behind that, send the image. So for you, Joshua, in that case, same thing. You can screenshot your image, go right into your photos, and say, can you change this image to that image, and we will make that update for you. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
No problem. So we can take care of that for you, no problem. But again, I did want to show you. It's a little complicated, but we do get it, right? Cool.
No, I get it. I see how to. And then it was just where it says who is Joshua Ross.
Yes.
How do I change that? Is that also in the code as well?
Yes, sir. And you'll kind of see it there. So when it is an image, it's going to be represented by, and you'll see things like .css. Okay, that's not a JPEG or a PNG. So that's not it. Okay. When you do find it, and then what you do is you look at it in the URL. Okay. Here it goes right here. Who is? Would you like me to change that right now from who is to something else?
Yeah, Mr. Black Gloves.
Mr. Black Gloves. Okay. Perfect.
The same the @ sign, and then just Mr. Black Gloves.
Okay.
Mr.
So
Period Black Gloves.
okay. So let me go Mr. And I will delete this here. Mr. Period. And even this, something like this, you could just in the future, just for your reference, Black Gloves, you could just like circle it and say, hey, can you get rid of this word, delete this word, and make it this word? And then, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to tech support, we do get confused as to like the specifics. So Mr. Black Gloves. So I just changed that in the code. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to hit see changes. And then that will update right there. Mr. Black Gloves, just like that. Book now, all that. All right, KB. Perfect. Are there any other questions? Can I take a word off of that? Hakeem Henderson. Hakeem Henderson, could you unmute yourself? I want to make sure. Hakeem.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What was your question? The app name?
I got the professional barber.
Okay.
I was thinking either to take the barber off and just the professional or the professional's lounge, one of the two. I wanted to take the barber off.
Okay, so this is a good question, guys. He's asking the app name. Now I'm going to show you something here. There is a bit of a discrepancy with that. I'm going to show you here. The professional barber. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this. The name of this app, in order to change the name of the app, the first thing that needs to happen is in the back office, we got to come into manage and we'll go to applications. And this is where the name of the app exists. Okay. So here I can say the barber and I can change it to the name lounge. Okay. Now what that's going to do is that's going to let us know in our system that the app has a new name. Unfortunately, now here's the one part. Unfortunately, we would have to, you can change it however you want. We will have to resubmit the app to Apple to be able to make the change in the App Store. Okay?
I got you.
So what happens is the app is built, whatever ends up in the App Store ends up being, so even though the name is changed in the back office, that does not mean that it automatically changes in the App Store. And even if I go here, right here, I think we can actually look at it on the App Store because this is the App Store link. So what ends up in the App Store, this is just a web browser version of your app. The things that end up in the App Store, and I wanted to go over this for you guys. When you see your app in the App Store, you're going to see something like this. It's going to have a name, it's going to have your icon, and it's going to have these screenshots. Those things in there are hardwired into the App Store. We can change them, but it has to be republished. Now, publishing an app is not easy. It does take a lot of background, like you saw some of the coding. We had to do that. So we do charge a fee to republish the app, and we charge a $55 fee. And you know, normally we charge $75 when you first publish it, but then when you want to republish it, we do charge a $55 fee in order to do that. And what you would do is you would say, hey, I want to update my app in the App Store. You let us know. You could take these screenshots yourself. Like I don't want that specific screenshot. I want this. You could screenshot it and send us the exact screenshots you wanted. We can do that, but it is a process and there's a fee in order to change it. But if we change anything in the app, it doesn't really matter that the App Store shows it. Like right now, we made the top here red and then this button yellow. The app will show that, but it won't show it like that in the App Store because these are hardwired into the App Store. Until we submit a change, until we submit an update, it will not change in the App Store. And Antoine asks, would the logo change in the App Store? If you wanted to, if you could change that. So an application, you go into your back office. I just changed the name, or I didn't save it, but the Professional Barber, we could do the Professional Barber Lounge or whatever it is you wanted. And right here's the application icon. So the icon itself is what would change.